of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Yes, how are we doing? Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Hope you are humping the day and the day is not humping you, but good afternoon from sunny El Paso, Texas. The weather's beautiful, just like every single person who's listening to my voice right now. And if you are listening to my voice right now, I hope you know I'm saying welcome, episode number 75. And what a great topic to really make the main subject of today. CUTI, Romero. Obviously, Argentina played last night. Lionel Messi playing out of his socks. If you missed it, you missed a good one. Brazil played. Richarlison did not start, but we'll talk about it. We'll talk about different things. Obviously, going to say hello to everybody in the chat. So one time for the one time, go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe, vote in the poll. The question of the day, how do you think CUTI feels about Spurs? Now, I could have done some type of warm-up to the preview. Oh, wait. Before I keep going. Yes, I am wearing the shirt still. I do not stop, much like Ange Postecoglou does not stop. I will continue to wear this shirt until we are blessed with Ange Ball. But to my knowledge, we're all wrapped up with international break. Everybody's returning home to their families, their club families, etc. I've got Chewy here. He decided to show up. I didn't even turn on the lights today. What are we doing here? The show is in shambles. Chewy did show up today, but I mean, it was like pulling teeth with this guy. He's starting to get it. Chewy when he heard Chewy Cam, all of a sudden, I think his head got a little too big for him. But how are we all doing? Good evening. I guess it is, but like 6:40. Or wait, 7:40 for any of those of you in the UK. Still probably pretty early for our Australian folks. I know the past 2 days I've kind of been, let's say, flip-flopping on the start times of the show. I do apologize with my whole heart. I hope y'all know it's not because of you. It is me. Life dictates as such. My schedule must fluctuate. So all the more reason to go ahead and hit that notification bell on the channel. Get known when we're going live. Appreciate those of you who do, no matter what time you're here. I did kind of tease yesterday, should I do late show, should I do early show? Turns out life decided I have to do an earlier show than usual instead of the later show. And that's unfortunate because everyone voted late show. So again, the number 2 demographic is Australia, and we did not see many of the Australian folks in the chat last night, but that's okay. Saw some in the comments afterwards. So if you do watch this back on playback, pick up yourself right now. Hope you are well. Hope you're feeling blessed. But let's see. Zapur went ahead and grabbed both of the first place prize awards today. First chatter, first YouTube member in the chat. How are you doing? Hope you're well. Caption Grandma's in the house. Says good day, China and fellow followers. Good from CUTI. Not so great from Sunny, though. Apparently wanted to play. Wouldn't come off despite a knock. We'll talk about it, folks. Look, I'm just glad it's over. I'm just so glad it's over, if I'm honest. But look, let's get into it. Let me make sure I say hi to everybody. I think this damn intro music's still too loud. Let me fade that out ever so gently. But again, sorry I had to bring the show at a crazy time. It is what it is. Like I said, I don't have too much control in my life. Anyone who's married and has kids, you know what that's like, so... But I did want to do something today rather than not do anything at all. Did want to do a little something today. So big up if you are tuning in at the obscure hours. But big up Captain Grandma. Hope you're doing well. It's a little early. I thought you were in Australia. It's a little early if that's true. I must be mistaken, but maybe you are up early out there in Australia. Archibald's in the house. Hey, Archibald. Evening, people. CUTI couldn't wait to phone in sick under Conte. Now he's loving Big Ange instead. Big up Archibald, talking to me dirty on a morning. I guess it just entered the afternoon here in El Paso, so I got to say good afternoon. But you know what else I want to say? The vote in the poll, 32 votes, 24 likes. What are we doing? Some people voting, but they ain't liking. That's okay. Again, you don't have to do anything here. You can do whatever you want. You can like, you can dislike, you can vote in the poll, you can not vote in the poll. It is all up to you. But big up Archibald and big up everyone who has voted already. 33%. We have a tie right now anyway between he loves us so much he debunks all the lies. And personally, I like that one. Shout out Sean from Spurs Talk Show. When I saw some of the quotes coming out, I just had to send him some of the quotes. He was on the show a few days back, if you remember. We had a nice, healthy discussion about Romero and what I consider to be false narratives. Bro, my WhatsApp has been recording a voice message to Hussam for the past 12 minutes. What the hell's going on? I just literally sent him a voice note of the entire intro. He's going to be like, what the hell? He's live right now, so hopefully that doesn't get sent. But big up every single time. I was shouting out Sean from Spurs Talk Show. We had a great, healthy debate. I said I debunked all the false narratives around CUTI in Argentina. People saying that he loves Argentina more than Spurs. That's just a lie. And I stand by it. I think it is debunked. But Sean here was providing a counterpoint the other day, and he says it's not a lie. And I texted him this morning, and I hope he doesn't mind sharing what we texted. But I'm going to go ahead and just read y'all the conversation that we had. Shout out Sean with Spurs Talk Show every single time. I love the dialogues we have. So I sent him a link that, well, here, let me just go ahead and show y'all. This is what I sent him. This was the tweet that I sent Sean. All right. Says Cristian Romero, who was replaced at halftime by German Pazela, I don't know who that is, revealed that, quote, his right ankle had swollen too much. CUTI goes on to say, that's why I decided to leave at halftime, since we also have an important home game with Tottenham Hotspur on Monday against Fulham. To me, that's putting club before country. He said, I don't care what happens in this second half. Tottenham Hotspur are more important to me. So I sent this tweet to Sean, and I said, but I'm told he cares more about Argentina than Spurs. And he says, that's just a PR exercise, bro. Don't get sucked in. And then I kind of laughed at it. And I said, oh, I'm all the way in. Any prop will do. He says he doesn't care more about he says he does care more about Argentina than Spurs, 100%. And I said, false narratives. And then we joked around a little bit. So false narratives. I will not succumb to the pressure. He loves Spurs. He's fully poised. But let me know what y'all think in the poll. That is my question for today for all of y'all. Even rivals, you can vote too. You can troll and just say he doesn't like Spurs. But I also put a fourth option there that CUTI is an enigma and he is just meant to be loved. We need to take care of the essence that is CUTI Romero. I love him so much. I think I just love him so much because when times were tough, he said, I don't care if it's Nuno, Stellini, Ryan Mason. I'm going to go in, put my whole body on the line, and put in a tackle that a lot of folks wouldn't do. Or some might make their opinions on prematurely about CUTI Romero. I mean, if you think about all the disrespect that my man's been getting this season, they all say this, that, and the other. The rivals, I'm okay with them having their narratives about Romero. What I'm not okay with our own fans having a narrative against CUTI because he is fully Coy's vice captain, our number 17. What a guy. I love him so much. But let me keep saying what's up to the chat. I see some more people tapping in on a Wednesday afternoon, evening for those of you in the UK. Just a girl who loves Spurs says, big up Jacob and Chewy. We did get Chewy. He did show up for the show today. Big up Mr. K. Says, hello, everyone. Come on, you Spurs. Big up Mr. K. Hi, Jacob and Chewy. Hope the family are well. We are. While my son was a little emotional, we had some OT, and he was not having a good time. So that's okay. Sometimes to grow, you have to be a little bit uncomfortable. Mr. K says the honeymoon period of other fans is well and truly over. Time for a divorce. At one stage, they were respectful, but they are proper nasty. But advice, fuck them, ignore them by focusing on us. Big up, Mr. K. It's never bothered me what rivals want to say about Tottenham Hotspur, about Ange Postecoglou, because at the end of the day, they don't know Spurs like we do, and all they know is what they've seen. And what they saw last season is very fair for them to have assumptions that are maybe not necessarily of the greatest caliber towards us. So I'm okay with them disrespecting, sleeping on us, because they're not going to be sleeping on us if come January time, our 11s remained healthy and we're sitting in and around the top 3 with around 6 points or so. If we're doing that, I'm putting my neck on the line and I'm saying we are all in on a title charge. But until then, I'm not yet of Paul Beatty stature. But Paul Beatty is at the head of the train, so if he probably has a different view than I do. But you know what? Either way, it's going to be an enjoyable ride. And I can feel that. I can feel like no matter what happens this season, I feel so much better about my Tottenham Hotspur than I did last season. Like, even if we finish with no European, no trophies this season, I'm okay with that. I keep my expectations where I had them in the summer. And honestly, I don't want to get too wrapped up in it's 8 games. I've seen plenty of clubs be in and around top spot 8, 10 games, 12 games in, but then they fall off. And that could very well happen to Spurs because our squad is not deep enough. Don't get it mistaken. I love the hype. I'll shoot just as much as the next guy. But yeah, I just got to keep my energy the same. You know what I mean? My expectations were never to do what we're doing right now. Long may it continue, but I know at some point we will have to face an L. We haven't yet, but we will at some point. If we go undefeated, and I will absolutely eat my words, I will do whatever it takes to repent for my sins for doubting Father Ange Postecoglou. But at this juncture right now, I can't really be... It's too soon for me. It's too soon. But I love the hype. I'll party it up with the next guy. You know that. But let me keep saying what's up to the chat. Mike's in the house. Big up. Can Monday come any faster? Maybe they could, maybe they couldn't, but I would ask their significant other how they feel about it. The second thing I would say is, why do we have to wait the entire weekend for Ange Ball? Look, I'm going to have to wear this shirt on Saturday and on Sunday, and then Monday I finally get the sweet, delectable that is Ange Postecoglou ball. I honestly cannot wait for it. Spurs GCTV's in the house. Big up Spurs GCTV. Spurs extraordinary. Always here showing some love. Says evening, Jacob. Come on, you Spurs with the 3 trophies. If we see, I think there's only 2 available to us at this moment, but I'll take 3 anyway. I mean, we did win the Tiger Cup. Come on now, talk to me nicely. I'm just kidding. JJ, oi, big up, Jacob. Evening, all. Big up, JJ. Hope you're keeping well. Good to see you in the house. Come on, you Spurs, every single time. Roy. How are you doing, Roy? YouTube chat member. You're always chatting on the playback as well. Says, hi, all. Have a fantastic show. Coys. Big up Spurs Psych. Hope you're doing well out there in the UK. Good evening to you. Hope you've had a great dinner. Unless you haven't had it yet, then I hope it's the best dinner you've ever had yet. Dean Kilgannon. Hello, all Spurs fans. Come on, you Spurs. Big up Dean. The Dean of Admissions is in the chat, so everyone show respect. Big up Dean. That's a new name, I believe, so big up. Good to see you here. Hope you're well. Don't be afraid to hit that subscribe. All we try and do is provide immaculate vibes here. But you don't have to. You don't have to hit that subscribe. You don't have to hit that like. It's all about free choice here on United Spurs of America. I'm never going to say you have to hit the like. You have to hit the subscribe. All I would say about it is if you do want to do the free thing and help the channel grow, you're always welcome here, whether you're a Spurs fan or not. It's all fun and games, ain't it? Wayne Bonner, big up, extraordinaire membership gifter, and membership owner. Wayne Bonner's in the house. Howdy, everyone. Hope all's well and good. And you're all fired up for the game on Monday. Come on, you Spurs. Look, everyone's coming home, so as far as I'm concerned, it is time to look at Fulham. It is time to look ahead. I thought about doing that today, but I was like, hang on. I gotta get any... Shout out my man Hussam. He said something that I love. I'm going to use it all the time now. Agendas will agenda. And the agenda that I am pushing is that CUTI Romero is fully Tottenham Hotspur, fully Coys. He loves nobody else but us. That's what I think. But big up Wayne Bonner. I am fired up. You know how I get. It just sucks we got to go a whole weekend without it first. Big up James, paratrooper, dropping in from the skies to say, if Sonny is seriously injured, all the Sonny haters got their wish, and let's see how Tottenham will do with his absence. I don't think he's seriously injured. I hope he's not. If he is, I'm going to be very upset. But I don't think he is. I think there was just a lot of scare going on because there was the videos coming out, and he played a full 90 minutes. He didn't come off the pitch, and he felt the obligation to play, et cetera, et cetera. We kind of talked about it yesterday, but I think he's okay, y'all. The indications are that he's okay. Tom Martin. Evening, Jacob. Been watching your content for months, but never commented. Love your work, and that intro tune is something else. Coys. Big up, Tom Martin. Thank you. This is very flattering. I appreciate you now commenting. You're always welcome to comment or not comment, but I appreciate you being here regardless. Love that you're here. The intro tune, shout out my father-in-law. He made all the music for the show. So any music you hear coming out of this channel specifically, my father-in-law made that music. So shout out Nick Hansopoulos, but he's the one who made all the music for it. He's the one who did the United Spurs of America. That was him. That wasn't me. So all that props to him. He killed it. And I don't know if I'll ever change it. Maybe. But he'll be the one to make the music for me. Yep, Chewy's here, JJ, big up. Beyond 72 says, fine, I'll come on, but I'm not looking at the camera. Good boy, Chewy. Yeah, see, he's got his back turned. Beyond 72, you know, he's playing hard to get. He is playing hard to get. Drula, how you doing? Big up, Jacob and Chatters. Big up, Drula. Good evening to you. I hope you're well. Joshua, big up, Joshua. How are you? Says, love CUTI wanting to come home to Poppy Ainge. Oh, yeah, he said, no more. He said, Argentina, you've had enough of me. It's time for me to give my heart back to whom I love. And you know he's loving Tottenham Hotspur. Come on now. Chris, the American Magpie. Big up, Chris. Says, how's it going, Jacob? Nice stream. Smash the like button, people. Smash that like button. It's absolutely free. 99, and I'm a free kind of guy. Jacob turned Sean over. Sean left the chat. Sean wasn't here in the chat, to be fair. I don't see him comment. I think he's working. He's a busy man. But big up Sean every single time. Spurs Talk Show. I don't know if I turned him over, but I'm creating a healthy little discussion between him and I. And I think that's a good thing to do between content creators. Let's continue to challenge each other's opinions if we think it's complete and utter waffle. Speaking of waffle, we got Staffy TV in the house. Big up, Staffy. Says, why aren't you live on US of A? I am live on US of A. What do you mean? Oh, you must be you're commenting on Jacob TV. And that's why everyone thinks that you blocked them. Because you're watching on Jacob TV, I'm live on both. I simulcast it like a idiot. I don't know why I do that, but I just do it because I just want to put content on both channels personally. Elvis G's in the house. Evening. All Jacob, I'm only here for the CUTI pictures. Have I missed them? Oh, you have not. And here's the thing, they are on deck. They when you want them, when you need them, boom, there's one. Boom, there's two. You need Ainge Postecoglou giving a smooch, Ainge Postecoglou giving a smooch. What else do you need to see? You need to see that he's a homebody, that he loves his mother. There, boom, there you go. He loves his mother. You want to know that the symbiosis going on in the locker room is really there? Look at a guy who's been here forever. Look at a guy next to him. Smoochy, very nice. CUTI, Romero, and Hyungmin's son, Hyungmin. Dad. And then again, just a great, if you FaceTime him, this is probably what you see. And I'm very jealous of the people who do get to FaceTime him. I got a few more if you really care, but you know what? You asked for him, Elvis G. You're a YouTube chat member. So swinging in from the skies is a very colorful CUTI Romero on his holiday. And there he is looking ever so sweet. Like he's not going to 2-foot you, but guess what? He absolutely will 2-foot you. So don't you get it twisted, but big up every single time, Elvis G. I appreciate you being here. Captain Grandma says, Jacob, your noodle is confoodled. I'm in Yorkshire. Pronounced Yorkshire. Okay, so you are in the UK. Good evening to you, Captain Grandma. I am confoodled. I thought you were in Australia, but big up. Ian Ferguson, CUTI is, CUTI and, CUTI will, CUTI until. I cannot CUTI anymore. CUTI, oh, I love that. You're cutting a rug, my friend. Big up Tom Martin. Just grabbed the membership. Long-time listener, first-time chatter, and he already grabbed the membership. Now, Tom Martin, excuse me. I want to say this. First of all, thank you so much. Welcome to the family. And secondly, This is big time. You went over and you went above and beyond the call of booty. Now, I say on this channel, the call of booty is just hit a like, hit a subscribe, participate in the poll in the chat if you so choose. It's a good way to interact for free, and it helps the channel grow. So that's the free thing to do. You went above and beyond that. You grabbed the YouTube membership. So I appreciate you doing that. Welcome to the family. Just want to shout you out, and I will shout you out at the end, just like I do with any super chats or anything. And oh my goodness, as I've said it again, Elvis G, super chat, big up. Like I said, I'll get to the super chat straight away. I'll catch. Oh, what the hell is that? My ad blocker just updated in a new tab. That just really threw me off. I thought I got kicked off the stream for a second. It says, Elvis says, you've spoilt me, you spoilt me, Jacob. Thanks. Hey, Elvis, that's what I'm here for. When it comes to CUTI, Romero, I will always push the prop. You know that. You know that. But big up. Thank you so much for the super chat. We'll shout you out as well at the end, like I always do for those of you who go above and beyond the call of booty. And again, any of you who do go, who just hit the like, hit the subscribe, you know what? That just means a lot to me. And I'm a free kind of guy. I like to do the free thing. So just grab the free beer, support the channel. It's all good in the hood. You know what I mean? Jacob, what you know about Jacob's noodle? He's talking about my noggin, my noggin, not the other noodle. Paul Longworth. I love that last name. Longworth. My name's Mr. Longworth. Big up everyone. No injuries for next week. Come on, you Spurs. Mr. Longworth. See, that'd be so great when someone calls you Mr. Longworth. Yeah, that's right. It is me, Mr. Longworth. That's a hell of a name. Dry Roast Peanut. Thanks for bringing some midweek immaculate vibes. Look, my energy's picking back up because we're actually going to get to see Spurs play again. And if that don't make you a little bit frothy, I don't know what will. Maybe a cappuccino? I don't know. To each their own, but big up. Indian Gunner, can I comment here without getting racially attacked? You, of course. Don't know where that was going on, but we're all good in the hood. Hey, Arsenal fans, you're allowed to be in here. The only thing we're going to say is some things you ain't heard, or only things I will allow people to say, or I will say to you specifically, is all things that you've likely heard before. That's all banter, like a gunner is a runner, etc., and things of that ilk. But no, I like all flavors of the rainbow, my personal opinion. Clinical, the Jamaican Citizen, big up my brother. Hey, big up Clinical. Go subscribe to Clinical, the Jamaican Citizen. He's a new content creator from Manchester City. He also follows the Reggae Boys, so go ahead and give him a like and subscribe. I'm gonna get him on the channel when we do City preview, when that comes up, whenever the hell we play them. So Clinical, just be ready. I'm going to bring you on. I want you to preview with me. We're going to try and get your channel up as well. You know, I love supporting all the content creators out here. Daniel Sandoval in the house. Big up. One love. Come on, you Spurs. Big up. Daniel Sandoval, I appreciate you. Much love. Hope you're doing well. Hussein. Yes, Jacob. Come on, you Spurs. Let's go. Big up. I appreciate you being in the house. So nice, your name. You had to say it twice. I love to see it. I just realized. Drop my phone. Oh, you dropped your phone. Hey, be careful. I ain't got a phone case, but be careful out there. Jacob, score for the Fulham game, please. 5-1 or 5-0 for me, mate. Jim, you want to go out there and smash them. Now, what I'm thinking, now this is just a real quick early preview. I'm going to say it like this. I think coming back from international duty sometimes will play an effect on how a team performs. Now, if you look at as most clubs looked when they came back from the last international break, which was not that long ago, a lot of 1-0s, 0-0s, 1-1s. I'm expecting similar, but all I want is the 3 points. 1-0, 2-0, do it for me. I'll take it. I just think that there's sometimes this meshing back period. You know, you go off, you're with your country mates, you start drinking your yerba mate, and all of a sudden you start acting a little different. Then you get back to your club, now you got to act the way you always act. So there's going to be a little bit of that adjustment period. I don't know if we're going to be 5-1, 5-0. I love it. I'll take it, Jim. I love the optimism. You know that. But big up, Jim, every single time. Big up Liam Hardy as well. Says, evening, mate. Come on, you Spurs. Kate says, United Soap Dodgers of America. Oh, isn't that sweet? Shout out to Wedded Bliss. I've got it saved for later. Can't wait to dissect that. The latest edition of Tottenham Hotspur's favorite married couple. Jarvis Pina says, as long as we keep Dyer off the pitch, we'll be in the mix. We need a center back. We need allegedly Donley's getting called up. That's what I've seen. Donley's supposed to be getting called up. So maybe we got 2 people in between Dyer and the first team. I really think Dyer's just been included in the 20 because I think that people he wants to feel included. You know what I mean? If you're always sitting at the end of the lunch table, it's always nice to, hey, come over here closer to the cool kids. But either way, you just transfer schools, my guy. Transfer schools. Elvis G says we're playing Monday and Friday next week. Who the hell scheduled it like that? No excuses, though. That's 5 days in between matches. That's longer than we would have got if we were playing in the cup matches or if we were playing in Europe. That's true. Your intro and graphics are top notch. Hey, Dry Roast Peanut, I used to work as a multimedia producer for 2 different sports franchises, so least I could do is bring some level of production quality here because I used to do it for a living, so may as well let those skills carry over a little bit. But big up, still waiting for that Chewy Cam. Yeah, we need to get Chewy Cam. I need to get that Chewy Cam going too. Big up, appreciate y'all hitting those likes on the video. 46 likes, 54 votes, 41% now, pulling ahead, saying CUTI Romero loves us so much and he debunks all the lies. 29% says he loves both equally, and 16% he loves Argentina more. It's fact. And 15% says CUTI is an enigma and he is meant to be loved. Personally, that's kind of my favorite answer because no matter where you fall on it, that's just truth. So you cannot go wrong with that answer. But with some of the other answers, there's only one wrong answer, I think. And I think you know which one I think that is. Big up Daniel E. I've got to quickly pull up that comment, Jacob, that was just said because people criticized Sonny last season does not make them bloody haters. Yeah, James, what are you saying? People got their wish talking BS. I did want to correct that and say not Sonny haters. I would just say people, I don't even know what the right word is because hater is a very triggering word for people. And I don't think it's because people hate him. I think it's because people expect a certain level of him. And that's good. You should. But, you know, hey, whatever it is. Never seemed to catch the live stream, but will watch on catch up. Finally made it on the live. Big up Tom Martin. And he grabbed the membership. Hope you're doing well. Nita, how are you doing? Nita, good to see you as always in the house. Hi, Jacob, and all in the chat. Big up to you, Nita. Hope you're keeping well. She taught him through and through. Taught him through and through. I don't know how else I could. But big up, everybody. Hussein's in the UK all day. Good evening to you, Hussein. Hope you're well. It is getting a little bit later in the evening there for you. But big up. Glad to be a part of the family. Welcome. You always get hugs. You always get love and immaculate vibes. The only time I would say I dabble into the not so immaculate is when I start thinking about a certain somebody who's initials happen to be the same initials of erectile dysfunction. So I'll let you put those clues together there. Dan Davenport, big up young Jacob. Hey, how you doing, Dan Davenport? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're keeping well this beautiful midweek as we look to the weekend. Ben Kaufman in the house, late to the Immaculate Vibes. Late, but you're here. So late is great. On time is better, but you know what? All is good. All is good. You don't even have to be live. But Ben Kaufman, hope you're doing well. YouTube extraordinaire. Big up yourself. Harry Puss is in the house. How's it, Jacob? Ready for some Ainge ball? Fulham about to get slapped up. Day. Jim agrees with you. Jim said 5-1, 5-0. Hey, talk to me nicely indeed. Dyer only included in the 20 because the club spent money on a documentary about him. Isn't it funny that we had a documentary about Lucas Moura the following summer he leaves? Then we release a documentary about Eric Dyer. The following summer he's iced out the club. Well, iced out the first team anyway. Hey, my birthday came early. I love Ainge Postecoglou. I even said back then, I was like, you know, if you didn't love Ainge Postecoglou now, shit, you better. He just did something that all of us have been asking for. So big up to Ainge Postecoglou. Big up Chris Agambar. Big up Jacob. Hope you're doing well, Chris. Good evening to you out there in the UK, my friend. Nita says, Jacob, nice to know you like all flavors. The only way to live, in my opinion, but loving football can come with more than undesirables. Very good point. Very good point. But you know what? As long as I can just keep pushing love, that's all I can do on my own. Dry Roast Peanuts in the house. Isn't Donnelly an attacker? You probably meant Dorrington. Yeah. You know what? Actually, I have it bookmarked. Like what allegedly was happening. Dorrington, you are right, Dry Roast Peanut. Thank you so much. I misspoke. I did misspeak. Here it is. See, I had it starred from yesterday, but I just didn't bring it up. that Postecoglou is going to promote Tottenham teen star Dorrington as Dyer's replacement. So I don't know if that meant in January or if that means, but I know he's been training with the first team during the World Cup. So I saw that part. That sounds good. That sounds real good. But you're right. It is Dorrington, not Donley. Donley is an attacker. You're absolutely right. Big up Jaros Peanut for that. Hussein is saying, love this channel. Jacob, you're killing it as always. Big up. There's over 80 of y'all in the house. Keep hitting those likes up. Keep getting your opinions heard in the comments and in the poll. Go ahead and hit that subscribe if you haven't already. But you know what? No pressure. That's all good. Kate says, I don't hate any of our players, but I will be critical of them if necessary. There you go. Sunny criticalers. How about that? Sunny criticalers. Well, maybe that sounds better. Nick De La Torre. I think Mickey Van de Veen will be an inspiration and role model for the younger center backs in the club. We may be on the verge of a center back revolution. Nick De La Torre, what I will say about this is I said something along these lines when we signed Ashley Phillips, because Ashley Phillips to me signaled like a very large center back who can run and control the ball. And I like that. Mickey Van de Veen does that as well. Now, Phillips is not nearly as fast as him. Don't get it twisted. But what I want to say also, then we went to Hajduk Split, the Croatian club, and we signed up that 15, 16-year-old Croatian giant. He's like 6'4", and he's 15 years old. We signed him. So with him, Ashley Phillips, Mickey Van de Veen, that's 3 center backs, all 21 and under, that I'm looking at like in the next 5 to 6 years, we could be looking at a revolution. The revolution will not be televised, my friend, but we will all be privy to it. Nick De La Torre. I appreciate that because I agree the same thing. Long may it continue. Big up, everybody. Let's see. Hydration Nation, go ahead and pause for the cause one time. Go ahead and hydrate yourself. What you think, Chewy? Yeah, he ain't saying shit. London will be ruled by Spurs this season. That's a great name. First time in the chat says yes, mate. I don't know what the answer, or I don't know what the question was, but I'm glad it's a yes. Jim, just a guy who loves Spurs, says, Jacob, me and Kate had our debate today on our channel. It was about the window, and I roasted her this week. Belongs to hashtag Team Jim. I love to see it. I'm always Team Jim. Win or lose, I never falter. Daniel E says, I heard they should be okay for Fulham, though, isn't it? In it. Should I try and incorporate in it into my language? Because I kind of like it. If I'm not, like in the South, we love blending words together and making one conglomerate. I'm cool with that. So I might try to have to. Is it gray there today, Jacob? Kate, I don't know why you come here and you just want to talk about my gray hair. I don't call out your gray hairs, but I'm going to do it now. I'll do it now. I'll go to your chat. I'll gas you up about your gray hairs, Kate. Don't you worry. You want to talk about mine? Yes, I got a couple. Yes, they're coming in strong. But you know what? I actually had a panic attack. Well, not a legit panic attack. I shouldn't say panic attack. For those of you who do have panic attacks, I apologize for being insensitive. But I did have a little bit of a mini panic moment yesterday because we found out the sex of my wife and I's newest addition to the family, and it is a girl. For those of you who cared, there's about 100 of y'all in the house. I don't think half of y'all cared, but we are having a girl. And I just started remembering all the things that I had done as a young man. And I think about all the poor young ladies out there, and it really, I just had a moment. I just couldn't stop sweating. And today, every time I think about it, I just start sweating. And I don't know what it is. Like normally I'm pretty easy sweatable, but finding out you're about to have a girl, that's fucking, yeah. So Kate, the gray's coming in. The gray is going to be coming in. By this time next year, don't be surprised if my whole shit's gray. Don't be surprised. Ben Kaufman, getting in some more vibes before my mental health break next week. Mental health break next week, always necessary. Go ahead and take your time. Yes, you are a YouTube extraordinaire. Don't you discount. I'll call you whatever I want, Ben, you YouTube extraordinaire. How about that? Going off for a family trip. Ain't that lovely? Very nice. Sunny Doubters says, I don't even know if it's doubt. I just think it was their expectations were here and he was here. And so they were like mad about that difference. For me, class is permanent, form is temporary. I've always said that in regards to Sun. So I don't think it was doubt. There were some people who did doubt, actually. You are right. There are some people who said he was done. There are some people who said he lost a bit of his pace. But once again, all that proved to be lies. Just like CUTI Romero. Proving everybody to be for lies. Let's see here. Donovan's in the house, buzzing for our second indoor game of the season tonight. Definitely didn't get slapped up the first match. Big up. Good luck with your five-a-side or seven-a-side. I can't remember which one he said it was. David Clark in the house says, Romero wanted to play against Fulham because he has stated that he came off because his ankle was swollen. The reason why an ankle swells because fluid goes to the point of injury to protect it. Yes, David Clark. I did have it queued up, the quote from CUTI about him being just such a beautiful beast and his ankle swollen. I mean, just look at the guy. He's fully Spurs. How can anyone doubt his dedication to us? It's funny to me. Spurs for life. This is Jacob. Carefree Lewis said to Matisse in Chelsea Arsenal preview, Arsenal fans are all over London, and London will be literally red if Arsenal win EPL, and he would leave UK for a month if that happens. What will you do? If Arsenal win the league, they're not. I wouldn't have to leave London personally because I don't live in London. I just maybe won't visit I won't be in a hurry to visit. How about that? I won't be as in a hurry to visit there. But I'll still, anytime I am there, I don't give a shit who wins the league. I'm wearing my Tottenham gear, and that's just that. Big Ange, what an era this is going to be. I agree with you, Hussein. Got it so nice you got to say it twice. Kate says, I'm embracing the gray sunshine. I'm a lot older. Yeah, I know, but I'm still stressing, bro. I'm still stressing. Embrace the gray, says Ian Ferguson. Yes, all lovely. Zapur Carrot and says, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Big up Kate says, oh my God, congratulations, Jacob. This is the best news ever. Yes, it is great news, but I'm sweating bullets. So any fathers out there of daughters, just pour one out for your boy, because I'm joining the club. I'm blessed. Hey, as long as she's healthy, that's all I really care at the end of the day. It's just a little bit of banter. Tom Martin says, normally I'd hate that we're playing after everyone on Monday night, but not after internationals. A couple more days to recover if needed. Hey, good point. Some clubs will be playing, Saturdays when things really resume. Let me check the Premier League website. 1 second. The first game looks to be on Saturday, Liverpool versus Everton. I'm glad we're not kicking off at 5:30 a.m. versus anybody. I get to watch this one at 1 p.m., a very comfortable time. So, yeah, I am glad. That's a good point, Tom Martin. That's a good way to look at it. I guess I'm just so starved right now. I want it so bad. I need it in my life that I just want it, but I don't think about the big picture. Tom Martin, this is a big picture, and I appreciate that. Keep my perspective appropriate because I just want some Ainge ball in my life. It's y'all, isn't it? Says Harry. Hey, I'll take it. Big up Charlie Moondog. Shout out every single Moondog in the house. Says congrats. Spurs, thank you. Appreciate that. Says congrats, Jacob. Everyone's saying congrats. Appreciate that. Young Jacob, congrats to you and your wife. Big ups. Again, any fathers of daughters out here, how do you not go to jail is what I want to know, because I just imagining some kid thinking like I used to think walking into my house. It's no time for dialogue. It's just bleh. I don't know how else to explain the feeling. Hopefully I've matured by this time. I've got 16, 17 years before she starts dating. So shit. Congratulations. Big up Joshua. Big up Donovan. Appreciate y'all showing the love. Nita says gray is nice. Own it. Yeah, I might be a full head of hair by gray by this time next year. Congratulations, mate. I appreciate that, Jim. Big up Thanos. Says big up for the girl, Jacob. Yep. She's going to be thrown off the balance because right now there's 3 males in the house and 1 female. So we've been running the coop, so to speak. But now she's going to really upset the balance that my wife's excited about it, but I'm scared. I'm scared. I cannot lie. I'm so scared. I texted a few people last night when I found out, and I was like, yo, I'm going to have a girl. Just want you to know that, I do repent for all my sins as a young man, to all the things I did wrong to young ladies, like texts and other. Oh, my God. I could be here for hours telling you about shit I did wrong, and I will hurt man. I'm not a man who condones violence, but like inside I just feel, yeah, sorry, not trying to talk about it too much, but big up Ben Kaufman says, Jacob, you'll be a great girl dad. Yeah, I'm not afraid of the whole like playing princess and sipping out the teacup and all the other stuff. What I'm more concerned about is like the logisticals. The when she's interested, like teenage years is what I'm scared of mostly. But big up Ed M. Appreciate that. Nice one, mate. Your daughter will be immaculate. Hey, if I could, hopefully I can. Just a Girl Loves Spurs says, is the name still Zlatania? My wife did say no to Zlatania, so there will no. I used up my name card because with our first one, I said I get to call him Jacob. I don't care what I should have said. I get to call him Zlatan. I don't care what you say, but that was a mistake that I've made, and I have to live with it. But you know, she said no to Zlatania as well. I did throw it out there. It's always out there for me. I'll do it. Henry Wright said Fred TV. What the hell picture is this? Was that Conehead Henry Wright? Big up Henry Wright. As someone else expecting a daughter, good luck, mate. January 30th due date for me. Congratulations, my friend. April 15th for me. So April, right around the time Spurs should be winning the league. Did I say that out loud? Oops. Big up, Drula. Appreciate that. Jacob, now you have a daughter, you will know what it's like to really worry. Yeah, my suegra, my mother-in-law, she was texting me and not harassing me, but she was gassing me up. She was definitely gassing me up. Big ups. Hussein says, congrats, bro. Congrats from David O'Laughlin. Thank you so much. I can give you many jokes about the gray popping up, but it's not the show. It's football chat. Yeah, I'm going to get back to the football chat. Just got kind of distracted thinking about having to raise a female for the rest of my life. It's a little scary, but I'm not going to get distracted on that. You have to call your daughter Angela. Ooh, that's a good one. My wife, she technically gets to choose this one because I got the first one, so it's her turn. I just have to go along with it. Big up Beyond 72. Football makes fools of us all, isn't it, bruv? Yes, it does make fools of us all. At least you still have hair. I had long hair and a ponytail in my early 20s. Hey, you know what? I may not be able to grow a full beard, but I'm grateful for what I can grow, and that's at least on the top of my head. I'm at the beekeeping age. Shout out David Beckham. That looked kind of fun. Big up J. Co. Appreciate that. Big up Daniel Field. How you doing? Just don't have return. Bro, there's no way in hell she's going to be a gooner. No way in hell. Spurs Squad, to you. Congrats to Mrs. Mom and daughter. Sorry, Jay, you're fucked. Yeah, I'm absolutely fucked. There's no coming back now. He's counting one of the males in the house as Chewy. Yes, Chewy's here. He's a male. He has testosterone. Yes, of course, team male in the house. We got to keep the count up. You've got the hair for it, Princess J. Oh, that's very lovely. Thank you for that, Kate. As long as my daughter thinks I'm beautiful, that's all that matters, right? Princess Jacob. Congrats, my son-in-law is a permanent bodyguard for my granddaughter. That's what I'm saying. GPS tracking devices. I'm glad technology is where it's at. I will have tabs on everything and anything. Name her Sunny. I did throw that one out as well. My wife said no. My wife said no to Zlatania. My wife said no to Sunny. I did try. But let's get back to football. Got a couple more things I do want to talk to y'all about. But I appreciate everyone for the congratulations. That does mean a lot to me. I also saw this amongst news. Obviously, international break, slow time, but I'll go ahead and make this so y'all can read it. Apparently, Tottenham's new technical director, Johan Lange, is a big fan of Kalvin Phillips, and he could hit the North London club's radar should Pierre-Emile Højbjerg leave them in January, according to Matt Law. Now, I'm curious how y'all feel. Not a lot of people have the greatest raving reviews of Kalvin Phillips, but for me, when he played at Leeds, he was instrumental to them coming up. He was instrumental in the season that they stayed up. He played several different positions, one of them being for Marcelo Bielsa. And if you remember when he played for Marcelo Bielsa, that is a very attacking side. And he, as a defensive mid, did a fantastic job in an attacking side, helping them to get promoted under Marcelo Bielsa. And he also had his The next season there was Marcelo Bielsa, and then they changed it. But he was instrumental for them then as well. So for me, I've liked Kalvin Phillips. I personally wanted him the summer that he was going to. I would have wanted him and Basuma. I thought him and Basuma would be. I had kind of thought him, Basuma, and Bentancur, that would be a good kind of a core for midfield. Now, I think at this stage, seeing how Basuma is playing for us, I think he could come in and be a backup to that, or he could be, the guy who challenges Papa Matisar and challenges Bentancur. The thing is, he has a lot of physical traits that I really like mentally. I think he's got a lot of traits that I like as well. I think some people may disregard his talent level just because he really sat on the bench all last year. I think he's a hell of a player personally, but that's just me. Ian Ferguson says Phillips would depend on price tag. That's true, but I mean, if we're getting 30 M's for Højbjerg, which allegedly Juventus, like we spoke about yesterday, Juventus is looking at him. You never know, man. But big up. Let's see here. Sorry, I don't know why it has like the ad block update has to come at me on both screens here. It's a little abrasive. Tom Martin says, not a fan personally. He's gone downhill since leaving Leeds, to be expected when getting minimal minutes at City. Tom Martin, I do agree with you. I just think looking at our bench, I think he's better than Skip. The Kalvin Phillips I know. Now, again, I don't think he's necessarily the best man for the job. Like, they're obviously trying to upgrade that position in the summer. They sniffed around Declan Rice before Arsenal came in for him. So we know that City was looking to upgrade on him. But what I'm saying is, not that we are necessarily the people who should get the fall off from City, but look, they wouldn't have bought him if there wasn't quality in that player. So I know for a fact that much is a fact. But I paid a lot of attention to Leeds the year that they came up. I paid a lot of attention to Leeds the year that they stayed up. I paid a lot of attention to them. I rated a lot of their players, and I think Kalvin Phillips was still the best player out of a bad bunch for that club, and that's why he got scooped up by the eventual treble winners. So I understand the hesitance, Tom Martin, because yes, you're getting minimal minutes. You're not going to look like yourself when you play 2 minutes at the end of stoppage time, right? You need a little bit more time to kind of do your thing. So I think he's a great player, personally. I think he's a great player. I think he's got a lot of talent. I think he's better than Højbjerg. I think he's better than Skip. I think he could challenge. I see this. Tom Martin says, I'm better than Skip and I'm shite. Guess he'd take a payout to come to us. Well, if we could do 30-30, I mean, just get an even split. I think we could get Kalvin Phillips for around 35, 40. I mean, let's see what Transfer Market says about his value. I'll look right now. I will look right now. Kalvin Phillips. 27 years old. Let's see where they have his value at. So he went to Manchester City for 48.8 million. You got to imagine we could get that price down because of the lack of minutes. And right now they have him. I don't actually see it. Oh, his value's at 30 million euros right now. So you could do Pierre-Emile Højbjerg 30 for 30. Look, boom, there, I'll show you here. This is what they're valuing him at. And if we scroll down, this is what he went for to Manchester City. 48.8. So damn near 50 euros for him. We can get him for 40. So ostensibly, we could get rid of Højbjerg and spend 5 to 10 and get Kalvin Phillips. I think that's a major upgrade. Absolutely. I like Højbjerg, but I think Kalvin Phillips on all levels as a player profile is better, and I think he can get more of a tuner. Look, he's been able to play in a system that is high attacking as a defensive mid, and he was successful at it. Any way you shape it, I think he was successful at it. Big up Lee Smithy Smith. Yeah, Benji, you got it. Big up Benji. Jim says, I would take Phillips. He covers every blade of grass, and he would work his ass off for Ainge. Love him. He's a great little player. I rate him highly. I just think he's been left on the shelf, and sometimes toys can deteriorate. But if he ain't getting minutes elsewhere, and our director of football likes him, or technical director, why not? Drula says, how can we judge a player who hasn't had any game time, but I think Ainge could revitalize him to his Bielsa days? Drula, this is my point. Like, yes, obviously he's not better than Rodri. He's not better than the midfield that City has. City has the best midfield in the league, and everyone agrees with that. Now, you can say on form, maybe we're up there in and around and about right now, but over the course of the season, I think it's been proven time and time again that Manchester City do have a stronger squad at all levels, even some of their bench players. So Kalvin Phillips is one of those guys, as their bench player, still can go to, I would say, 90% of the league and upgrade the position wherever he goes. He showed in the Premier League that he could do it. He helped them stay up. Let's not forget. I think he's fantastic. I think like I was saying at the beginning of the show with CUTI Romero, I think people write off folks based on what they saw in one season. But maybe necessarily that's not the right way to do it, because people did write off Romero based on what they saw last season. People made up their minds about Romero. He's rash. He's this. He's that. He's a bozo. He's got a bozo gene. He's X, Y, and Z. I just couldn't disagree with that more in regards to Romero. So I would say the same could be true for Kalvin Phillips. I rated him so much at Leeds, I wanted him to come to Spurs. Personally, I did. I wanted him to come to Spurs, and he never did. He went to City, became a treble winner. So, I mean, kudos to him. But I still think he comes in here and he could. I would take him over Conor Gallagher as well. I would absolutely take him. Dry Rose Peanut says, I'd take him. Would be good competition for Basuma, loan with an option to buy. And look, Basuma, if we had Kalvin Phillips right now, we'd say, okay, just start Kalvin for. If we had Kalvin Phillips right now, being that Basuma's out for Fulham, if we had him, we would be like, I would feel all right being like, yeah, for a game, Kalvin Phillips could go out there and get the job done for Fulham. He damn well should be. So that's my point, is I think he could come in and definitely be an upgrade. And I wouldn't feel as worried. Like, starting Højbjerg at Fulham is scary to me. Starting Skip is scary to me. Obviously, Bentancur, he's not back. He's not ready yet. I don't know, but starting Kalvin Phillips for Fulham sounds better to me than starting Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. So that's just kind of where I fall with that. Daniel E says, can Phillips rediscover that Leeds form, though? The last couple of seasons have been a real derailment to his career, when them years were the 2 years his game would have improved. Yeah, I mean, look, his age is 27. So he's in his prime right now as an athlete. His prime is right now, and it was last year, and it's going to be the next year. So this is the window in which you want to try and bring a guy that of this age in, right? So I just think that, being that he's in the physical prime, like scientifically they say a male's prime, a peak, is from 24 to 29, is like that 4 or 5 year window is really where you get the peak out of your physical body. Now, again, I'm not a professional athlete. That's just what I've read. That's just what I've heard whenever I worked around professional sports franchises. So I'm tending to believe those folk. But real quick, we are almost here at an hour. The show's not ending. I just wanted to plug, if you're just tuning in, please do hit that like. If you've been here, been listening, hit that like. You're obviously enjoying the show enough to stay around and listen to me talk about X, Y, and Z. I see 90 votes in the poll. I see 67 likes. So there's about 25 of y'all that don't want to hit a like. I don't know why, but if that's a life you want to live, then so choose it. I will not judge you for it. It's just, I question it. That's it. Because it's free, it helps the channel grow in every shape and form. There's 100 of y'all here now. Big up to every single one of you. There's 70 likes on the video, so shout out to 70 of y'all. Shout out to 90 who do want their voices heard in the poll. And shout out every single one of you who have been chatting this entire show. I do appreciate that. The question of today, obviously, is how do you think CUTI feels about Spurs? And 33% in the lead says he loves us so much, he debunks the lies. I like that one. And then another 30% says he loves both equally in regards to Argentina and Spurs. And then tied at 18 apiece is he loves Argentina more. That is a fact. And also CUTI is an enigma, and he is meant to be loved. And that's how I feel personally. But big up everybody who has hit that like. I appreciate you showing free support for the channel. It does not cost $1. Does not cost 2 cents. All it costs is the muscle movement of a click. That's very look just as much movement as Chewy's doing. You can do less than that, and you can help the channel grow. So look, there's Chewy. He even stood up and he's rotating his body like a hot dog on a skillet. And there he goes. Big up Chewy for that. I do think though, in regard back to Kalvin Phillips, I take him. I think he can. He's in his physical peak. He's played attacking football with Marcelo Bielsa. He helped them come up. They were. Wait, did they play in the playoffs? Or no, they won the league, I think. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that they won the damn league when they came up. And they stayed up for a season. And they're probably going to come up again. Thanks to Jed Spence and Joe Roden. Shout them out. Derek Smith. Hey, Derek. He started for England. He did. And people were using that as a stick to beat James Madison with. And I don't understand it. It's very questionable. But alas, we move. Gyros Peanut says he's also a homegrown, which we desperately need more of. We have 3 goalkeepers on our first team roster just because they're homegrown. If you look, I did a whole show looking at our roster when we announced it. And in the homegrown section, Brandon Austin, Fraser Forrester, and then Alfie Whiteman. It's just like, Shirley, but don't call me Shirley. We could use our roster spots with a player that is a homegrown, that is actually capable of coming into the squad at any level, because Alfie Whiteman's not going to play. Brandon Austin's not going to play. Fraser Forrester be lucky if he gets to play. So, I don't know. It's just me. Daniel Field. I love Romero. Don't we all? Shout out Romero every single time. Kalvin Phillips is a rotational player necessary for a build, says Jay Roberts. Big up Jay Roberts. That's a new name in the chat as well. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Happy afternoon or good evening or good morning to wherever you may be. I agree, and we are in the building process. So that's why I'm not opposed to having Højbjerg. Again, all this kind of hinges on Højbjerg leaving, because I don't think you bring Kalvin Phillips in and keep Højbjerg and our midfield. That's just unnecessary. But if Højbjerg leaves, there's an obvious position that I think I would get Kalvin Phillips in and push Højbjerg out, because he is an upgrade at the position, whether it's coming in as a rotational piece or it's starting at some level like we're going to see on Monday. Someone's got to start for Bissouma. We need depth. We need a squad. Tom Martin, peak finishes at 29. Damn, lost my peak years ago. They say some people it can go to about 31. And unless you're LeBron James, it goes to about 38. So that's just what they said when I worked for the Cowboys, the physio people. Daniel E. He's going to spend his prime Jacob mate trying to have to get back to them Leeds levels because of his lack of football these past 15 months. You might be right, but I think it's like riding a bike. Can he ride a bike in a competition as well as he could have? No, because he hasn't been riding it as much, but that's not something that's foreign to him. This guy's been playing ball his whole life. He was a Yorkshire lad, came up in the Leeds Academy to my knowledge. There was a whole part of it in the Russell Crowe documentary. So I think it wouldn't take him, I don't think it would take him years to get back to his form. I think in a few months we could have him back. I think Ainge puts his arm around you and that instills a belief in you. I'm wearing a damn shirt because Ainge makes me so damn believe. Like he makes me so overwhelmed with belief and hope and desire. Like that's just me, and I'm fucking thousands of miles away from the dude. Now just imagine if he put his arm around me. I'm running through 5 brick walls for the guy. So that's my hope anyway, that would be the case. But big up. Jay Roberts says, I'm more reflecting on how I'm wasting my peak fitness years as we speak. Bro, tell me about it. My peak physical, tell me about it. We just hit an hour. Big up everybody who's still rocking with the show. We will be going for a little while longer, so don't worry. This ain't a sign off. This is a appreciatory break. Just thank you to everyone who has hit that like and subscribe. Still about 20 of y'all who voted who didn't want to like the video, but that's okay. Again, you're allowed to live the life that you so want to choose. Spot on, Jay. Kalvin Phillips has a point to prove. Everyone said you washed. Guess what? He hears it. He hears what you're saying. And he had quotes coming out after the England game as well saying, of course I want to play. No one wants to not play. Like, what are you talking about? But again, he plays for City. That ain't an easy place to get in and get around to. So, Merovingian, 1980. Good to see you in the house again. Says no thanks to Phillips. He's not what we need. He's not what we need, but we do need depth. So I could argue that he is essentially a little bit of what we need. Look, I was kind of saying it earlier that Basuma's gonna get these yellows. He's gonna get a red. He's gonna not necessarily red, but he's gonna get accumulation. Again, he's suspended because of the red that he got. Then he's back for Crystal Palace. If he gets a yellow versus Crystal Palace, then he misses Chelsea. This is my worry. That Højbjerg is going to have to fill in 2, potentially 3 matches for a carded out Basuma. I think I'd rather have Phillips being a starter in that sense. So that's just me. Bald Bean Counter says, well, we'll still be top of the league next week. There you go, Bald Bean Counter. Hey, we're still going to be top of the league. We're top of the league. Big up, Rich. How you doing? Big up, Rich in the house. Says, big up, Jay. How you doing, Rich? Good to see you here. We should have bought J.K. Prowse, who went to the Spammers, says Alpish Patel. James Ward-Prowse has actually looked very quality going there. But again, I just don't know if I'm starting James Ward-Prowse over Sarr, Basuma, or Madison. I don't know. Maybe as the depth, kind of what I'm saying for this Kalvin Phillips role, maybe. Ian Ferguson, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. You're in your peak forever, Ian. Don't you worry. Age is just a number. We need a squad player. If you look at our bench, it's meh. Drula, I agree. This is why I'm saying I think he'd be good for us. I'd take Phillips over Gallagher. I'd take Phillips over Højbjerg. TT Tone says neither Gallagher or Phillips will ever come close to a Rodri, but Sarr might look for the next Bellinghams rather than average players. Sarr, we absolutely got a gem on our hands, but he leaves for AFCON. Basuma leaves for AFCON. Sonny's gone for the Asian Games. We need players this year. We can't wait for a Bellingham. Two-Tone, I agree with you. Jude Bellingham is fully coys, by the way, but I would love a Jude Bellingham. Of course I would love it. Who wouldn't love a Jude Bellingham? I just heard my son get in trouble. Uh-oh. Wonder what he did out there. Dry Rose Peanut says, Lloyd Kelly, Kalvin Phillips, and Antonio Nusa would be my moves in January. Hey, that's not bad. Antonio Nusa, I watched him a little bit for Norway. I kind of liked him. I think he even got an assist in one of the matches. I like him. I follow him now on the sports app. I keep tabs on Antonio Nusa. I like the profile of the kid. I like it a lot. Lloyd Kelly, I don't know. But Kalvin Phillips, Antonio Nusa, and we get a freaking center back that helps that gap between the first team and Eric Dyer. I'm all in, baby. Ainge. Yes, sir. Big up, Nita. Let's see. What else is the news that I got for y'all? Obviously, Kalvin Phillips has a great little bit of discussion there, but got a couple more things we could talk about here. Obviously, starred and saved what these larger profiles have come out and said about our injuries situation. I'll go ahead and read it because it's just going to be a lot of text on the screen. But if you haven't seen it already, in regards to Cristian Romero, he was withdrawn at halftime of Argentina's win over Peru to prompt fears over an injury as the center back was in discomfort before the break, substituted. So I guess that's just an update on the update that I already updated. But Heung-min Son has confirmed that he had played through pain for South Korea as he did not want to disappoint fans back home. I know this has upset a lot of people, actually. A lot of people have been pretty upset. Please let me know how you feel about this. But this goes on to say that Heung-min Son said he was limping at halftime, but he went on to score in the second half before seeing out the full 90 minutes as a 6-0 win over Vietnam. The 31-year-old confirmed afterwards that a groin injury meant he had struggled to train ahead of the game, but was determined to play no matter what. So again, I was really getting going on Jurgen Klinsmann. Sorry, my son's screaming. It's very distracting. I think he did something very bad, and my wife is making him clean it up. That's what it sounds like anyway. So apologies for getting a little distracted here. But Heung-min Son played through the pain, was determined to play, was limping, admitted that he played through pain. He didn't want to disappoint the Korean fans back home. Yo, That's kind of scary, right? And I mean, if you look at his face in the photo. He doesn't look happy. He looks hurt. And all the videos of him limping around. But look, he got hurt and then he went on to finish the match. But there was a time he did that for Spurs. I don't remember who it was against. Maybe it was Southampton. But he broke his arm. And then he played the entire rest of the match. And then afterwards, he was gone for 6 weeks. I hope that's not the case here. I really hope that's not the case here. Because for me, Heung-min Son, he played through injury all last season, and people started shitting on him. He's having a great start to the season already, and now this is going to give reason to people shit on him. I've seen it on Twitter. People are taking a piss out of him for finishing the Korea match, for wanting to play for the fans. I mean, that's something that drives a player, right? Is showing out in front of your nation, showing out in front of your home crowd, the baller that you are. But I just, a little bit worried about it, if I'm honest, because that's not a good look. It's not a good look seeing him limping around like that and then coming out saying, I played through injury because I wanted to not just. If this ends up being a bigger problem and he just made it worse on international break, I'm going to be very upset. I'm going to be very upset. I don't know at who yet, but I'm going to be upset at somebody. Alan Bennett says, take Skip over Phillips, both pony. Alan, I disagree with you, buddy. I think Phillips is miles ahead of Skip, personally. DJ Classic Tunes, big up. Hey, Jacob, love your show, man. Keep kicking ass. Just a quick note. What are your thoughts on Ainge maybe eyeing Jota for left wing position? Sydney, Australia, you rock, bro. Hey, big up. All the Australian viewers, good morning. It's very early, I believe, for you out there in Sydney. So good morning. Happy Thursday. What I would say is, if we could get Jota on a loan deal and we don't have to pay all, I think with Saudi Arabia, he signed a wage of somewhere around north of 200,000 grand. So he would come in getting, if we paid full percent, he'd come in getting more than Ivan Perisic, or just right around Ivan Perisic money, which is insane. But Saudi Arabia don't care when they sign them checks. Now, look, he did play for Saudi Arabia the other day for his team, Al Ittihad. I saw some highlights. It looked like a training session, but apparently it was a competitive match. I did not know because there was like 5 people in the crowd, and you could hear the cameraman clapping when he scored. It was like, ooh, yeah. It looked like a home video when you go and you watch a kid play and you shoot a little home video and then they score and there's like 7 people clapping in the crowd. It's kind of sad, but I did see that. So he did play for him, technically. I think he's played for Ainge. He knows what Ainge wants and expects of players. And if Ainge wants him, I want him, plain and simple. Free. If we can get him on a free, if he terminates that contract, or even if we could pay like 25% of his wages and get him for a 6-month loan in January, I'm fine with that. I'll take him. We need attacking options. Obviously, if you look at the left wing position when you've been depleted over time, Ivan Perisic is probably never going to come back. Maynard Solomon done his ACL. And then you got Brennan Johnson, hamstring. He could play 60 minutes versus Arsenal, and he burnt his hamstring. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Absolutely get him in. If Ainge thinks we can use him, then I think we can use him. But big up. Ian Ferguson says, groin injury is nothing to mess with. I've never had one. Got a strong groin personally, but hopefully Sonny's okay. Son knows what he's doing. I'm not going to question him, says Zapur. I hope you're right. I hope you're right, Zapur. I really do, my friend. Let's see here. Alan Bennett says Villa. Like Ricky Villa or Aston Villa? What you talking about? Ball Bean Counter says, we are Tottenham TV put in their video title that Basuma has pulled out of Mali duty, but I can't find anything on Google about it. Interesting. I wonder. I did see that on their video title that they did put that. Let's see. What is that? Let's see. What is that? I'm going to see if he put anything on his Instagram real quick. We're going to do that live on air. Let's see if he put anything on his Instagram. Looking at his story. It's the weather. And then this. It's a photo of him and Antonio Conte and everyone passed out at Korea training last summer. I guess he did an interview with somebody and he was reposting it. But I haven't seen anything saying he's done. No, I ain't seen anything. I saw that in their video, though, but I just ain't seen nothing yet. What's going on here? I wonder if that's true. I wonder if it's true, but we'll see. Big up, Ball Bean Counter. Tom Martin says, I'll be gutted if Son has an injury layoff, but gives opportunities to younger development players to show their worth. I guess that's a way to try and flip it and reverse it and make it positive. For me personally, Tom Martin, we're seeing the best of... Oh, Villa is when he broke his arm, Alan Bennett. Big up. Villa is when he broke his arm. So the dude is a fucking trooper. He's tough as nails. We know this. And I just worry, sometimes you could be too tough for your own good and make an injury worse than it needs to be. I just hope that ain't what we done. I hope that ain't what he just done. Because, damn it, we need him. He is like the life force of us right now. At least in the goal-scoring sense. Because right now, anybody inside the box that ain't named Heung-min Son, I just don't have a lot of faith that they're going to put it away. Obviously, Mickey Van de Ven in the box got a goal. Obviously, Romero and a couple others in the box have gotten a goal. But I'm talking about from the attackers. Son is banging goals left and right. Wins Player of the Month. I just hope he's healthy. I just absolutely hope he's healthy. And, as far as giving some opportunity to younger development players, they've had, 2 weeks now training with Ange Postecoglou, so maybe someone could have impressed. I saw Alejo Valise was on vacation with Brian Hill, and then also there's pictures of Brian Hill training. So there's that as well. Got a couple more things on this post that I wanted to cover here. It says Mr. Rodrigo Bentancur continues to edge towards a return to action. The Uruguay midfield is one of 5 senior players out of action as the end of international break draws closer. This text actually sucks. I don't know why I bookmarked it. Brennan Johnson has been carrying an issue of late ahead of Monday's game against Fulham. So apparently, Brennan Johnson is not going to be fit, is what I'm hearing. Then I got another bit of injury news here. From Dan Kilpatrick. I'll read that in just one moment. But big up everybody in the house. I see over 100 votes in the poll. 103 votes, 82 likes. Again, about 20 people or so don't want to hit a like on the video, but that's okay. You can live the life you so want to live. And big shout out to 2 new subscribers of the channel. Just looked, it just refreshed, and I saw that there's 2 new subscribers. So big up to those of you who just subscribed to the channel. That's big time. That's absolutely free as well. Costs you nothing to do. But guess what? It makes me happy. And if you care about that, go ahead and hit that subscribe. Go ahead and hit that like. I mean, why not, right? Why not? Let's see here. So this latest injury news, according to Dan Kilpatrick, Cristian Romero is confident of being able to play against Fulham. Son is also not considered a doubt for the match, although both will be assessed after picking up minor knocks on international duty. I mean, that's kind of obvious. Also says here, Sarr resumed training for Spurs despite an ice pack after being subbed off whilst playing for Senegal. Look, an ice pack when you come off playing a professional match of football, that's expected. Remember James Maddison? He was on crutches. He had a boot on after a match, and then he played the next week. So not concerned, not worried for me personally about Ay Papi Chulo Mate Sarr. This also goes on to say Spurs are hopeful that Brennan Johnson will feature whilst, I love that word, whilst, oh, my son loved it too, whilst Brian Hill and Giovanni Lo Celso are eyeing their first minutes of the league season. Why can I not read right now? What's going on here? Merovingian says the club should discipline Sonny as he should be more responsible. What do y'all think? Should he be punished for playing injured? I don't know if you could punish a guy for that. I'm looking at this photo here of Son. Look at his face. You want to punish that guy? Right above my head. Look at his face. What a picture. This is a great fucking picture. LJ rocks you. If Australia spent the money on players that the Arabs are, we would have sellouts. 80K to 90K plus. The mega rich in Australia, like Gina, don't care about football, is why we don't. Gina? Who is that? I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. But that'd be cool. That'd be absolutely sick. I love Australia. Shout out. We still get to carry around the Victory Kangaroo. Y'all know I've got the Victory Kangaroo on deck. He's always here, always ready to celebrate a victory with us. Love a kangaroo. Don't eat one. I know what y'all do out there. I just pretend to act. I just do the la 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 when you talk about it. But love a kangaroo. They are our friends, not our food. TT Tone. When you have a good first 11, you should make wise rather than quantity purchases. Pep bought quality players who could adapt to 2 to 3 positions, rotation, and injuries. Look, I think we're copying Pep, right? That's what Ainge said. I'm just copying Pep, mate, because that's what people said since they like used to work under the same company or whatever. What I would say is, if you look at what's working, which is what City is doing, if they have 2 to 3 positions that they could play as a player, that's something Ange Postecoglou has already alluded to that he likes in players. He likes versatility, ability to adapt, etc. So why not? You never know. You never know. Donovan says, Player of the Month, Son SBC is a cheat code with finesse. I'm upset because I guess I don't play that game mode enough and I couldn't complete all the things they needed you to do to get that card. I couldn't. I didn't have anything. I could barely make an 86 rated squad. What the hell? Punished. Wow, ridiculous, says Zapur. Rich says, why? Everyone used Son playing with an injury for his below average performance last season. Fans won it both ways. Not really sure the stance there, if I'm honest. For me, in regards to the Son playing through injury thing, he's a tough motherfucker. Of course he's going to play through injury. You know, we're stubborn beasts as humans, right? We all have different ideas of how the best way to go about things. But look, the guy wanted to represent his country, wanted to play. I just feel like, what was it for a little bit? Like, what was the point of playing through that international break like that? Like, it was just a friendly. So, like, that's just my opinion, though. Again, I could be, like, completely wrong about that. But yeah. Let's see, I just want to make sure there wasn't something I'm missing here. But yeah, you really can't. You really gotta be careful scrolling through Twitter these days. You get a lot of crazy stuff showing. So, look, Son, he can do what he wants. In my opinion, I don't think he should be punished for wanting to represent his nation. I don't think he should be punished. If I think it's silly, I don't think it's worth him playing. That's my opinion. That's not Son's opinion. That's not Jurgen Klinsmann's opinion. That's not the opinion of the Korean people. So, for me, I think punish is a little bit extreme. To me, I give the angry nun finger wag. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. That's just me, though. Again, everyone could feel differently. I just think that why would you punish a guy for doing what he believes is the best thing for him? That's just me. Igor. Big up, Igor. Big up, Jacob. Enjoying your content and my coffee after work. Looking forward to the Spurs game after this dross of international break. Big up, Igor. Hope you're doing well. Enjoy that coffee. Sip it nice and right, my friend. I ain't even had my coffee yet. I've been saving it. Thanos says Zoe is a nice name for a girl. Means life. That's my wife's name. Look, I've got it tattooed right there. You see it? Just like you spelt it too, Thanos. I love that name, and it does mean life. My wife's Greek, so I got her name in Greek tattooed on me. It's part of something special to me. So that's a great name, and it was a distracting comment as well. But big up, Thanos. I just saw the word Zoe in Greek, and I was like, oh, someone put Zoe's name in Greek. What's that mean? What are they talking about there? But big up Igor Pilev. I don't know how to say that last name, Igor, so I guess I'll stop trying. LJ rocks you. Gina Reinhardt, net worth $25 billion. 10 wealthiest woman in the world. Iron ore queen. Oh my gosh, $25 billion. Ask her if she wants to sponsor the channel and drop us a 0.01%. Haha. Talk to me nicely. Shout out Gina Reinhardt. Never heard that name before. Rich says, well, it's quite simple. If he aggravates his injury again, he's going to be shit for Spurs again. If he re-injured himself, Rich, I would hope that we don't do what we did last year, which was continue to play through it. Look, if he injured himself during international break playing for his country, then that's just how the cookie crumbles. But he shouldn't be punished for it, nor should we be upset that he won it. Like, I would have been upset if he was like, yeah, I really didn't want to play, but Jurgen Klinsmann said I need you to, so I did it out of my, obligation, right? I would be upset with that. But it's Son who said, I wanted to play. I had to play in front of the fans. I couldn't let them down. That's special to him. I don't want to ever take another human's thing that makes them feel good about what they're doing with their lives and how they're contributing to the folks back home. So for me, I just don't. Yeah, I just don't. Again, that's just me though. Let's see. DJ Classic Tune says, come on, guys, chill. Son knows what he's playing. Son knows he's playing to make the national team gel for the Asian Cup. They have been coping flack. They have been copping flack with the results they have been receiving with Klinsmann in charge. Yeah, I think they scored like 6, and that was the first time they even scored under Jurgen Klinsmann. I think I did a watch along when they played Wales, and that's what someone was telling me, that they ain't even scored under Jurgen Klinsmann. Look, Zapur holds this mindset too, and shout out Zapur. All opinions are welcome, if I agree with them or not. I always said I didn't want him to even go and play. I wanted him to stay home and have 3 different people massaging all areas of his body for 24 hours on end. That's what I wanted for the guy. But Son wanted to play for Korea. He said that. How can I ever be like, well, that was wrong. You shouldn't have done that. No, he's a grown-ass man. He's going to do what he want to do. I don't make his life decisions for him. I can have an opinion on them. We can have an opinion on them. But, like, I agree, DJ Classic Tunes. I think, he's doing what he thinks is best for his national team. He's the captain of that national team, and he wanted to play for him. So I'm not upset with him about it. I'm just worried, like a worried parent, I'm not upset with my kid for going out riding their bike. I'm just worried they're going to fall off the bike and hurt themselves, man. It's all out of love, though. I don't want him to get punished at all either. Ronnie, big up Ronnie. Son said he's fine and is looking forward to the Fulham game. I hope that's what he said. Rich says he'll play through it because that's what he's doing again right now. I hope that's not the case, though, Rich. I hope he's learned something out of last year, because that didn't work out last year, now did it? I don't know. I hope I just want everybody healthy. Drula says, big up the Greeks. Well, I'm Cypriot, but we are all one. Big up whether you're Greek Cypriot or just a Cypriot or just a Greek or what. I don't know the history, but hey, Hellas, we're all Greek. Greek's the father of everybody. Rich, anyway, realistically, you can't expect the players to call it. It needs to be the medical staff, you'd hope. But, I mean, our medical staff time and time again, Rich, has shown why they cannot be trusted. Why I cannot trust Chewy to be left to his own devices is the same thing why I can't trust this Spurs medical department. Because last year they should have fucking said something, but they didn't. I just lose faith with the medical staff when I hear Son's played with a hernia for half a season. I agree. This medical staff, I still don't know who to blame for that. For the fact that Sonny played an entire season with a fucking hernia. That is absurd. You get those surgically repaired. That's just what you got to do. Big up everybody in the house. Still got hovering around 100 of y'all in the house. So big up to every single one of you. 86 likes. We are 14 away from 100. And y'all know I love to hit 100 likes on a live stream if we can. But if not, that's fine. Y'all don't have to hit the likes. I just encourage you to do so. And we are now tied on the poll. 108 votes. 31% apiece says he loves us so much he debunks the lies in regards to CUTI Romero and his feelings about Spurs. And then the other 31% say he loves both equally. And then tied for last place is he loves Argentina more, and CUTI is an enigma. and he's meant to be loved. And really, that's just what it is. He's meant to be loved. Zapur says, I'd be fine if Klinsmann said that. It's their last game before World Cup qualifiers. I know nobody cares about Korea except for Korea, but this is their best roster ever and the last World Cup in Son's prime. Yeah, you said the same thing earlier this week as well, Zapur. So that you wanted them to gel before the Asia Games because this was really like their last chance to do that. And I hear you and I understand. I just disagreed. But we all want what's best for Spurs and for Sonny, right? And again, if I want what's best for Sonny, and I'm sitting up here saying I want what's best for Heung-min Son, Heung-min Dad, the man wants to play for his national team. So I'm not going to go against it. I go by what I know. And what I do know is what Son has said. And Son has said, I did not, we all just looked at the quote already. So, yeah, that's my feelings on the Son thing. Sonny wife. The wife of Sonny says, some of the comments here are so disgusting that I wonder if they are really Tottenham fans. What comments specifically are you talking about, Sonny wife? I would love to know specifically what you're talking about so I can address it. But big up. Ball Bean Counter says, imagine punishing players for playing football and following their manager's orders. Technically, it sounds like Son had a choice and he wanted to play regardless. So, like, yeah, I don't know how we could be upset at the guy. Is Son supposed to just rebel against Klinsmann? It's an interesting conversation. I didn't think we would really be talking that in depth about it because I'm fine with it. Son said he wanted to play. That's enough for me to be okay with it. Because Zapur, you know how I felt about it. You were here when I was like, no. But hey, he likes playing. He wants to play. Then fuck it, let him play. Big up Ren. Good morning, Ren. We look at that. We do got some Australian folks in the house. Doesn't matter what time of day they're still tapping in. But good morning, happy Thursday to any of the Australian folks who may be tuning into this. Big up Ren. Hope you're well. Hope your family's well. Drula says, I said on Sava's show yesterday, I got happy Madison was not playing and I got gunned down. I had my Tottenham head on. Drula, what I will say is I agree with you. I'm glad Madison didn't play, but Madison's probably not happy that Madison didn't play, if that makes sense. Because I think, again, like we're saying about Son, I think that as an individual, you want to go out there for your national team. I don't think any player wants to not go out there. I think they'd feel left out if they weren't a part of their national team. And I hope Madison didn't feel left out yesterday. That's what I hope. But as a Spurs fan, selfishly, hell yeah, I'm glad he didn't play. I'm glad Udogie didn't play the full 90 minutes. I'm glad for all that. But for Madison and his family, they might feel different. But I'm a fan. I'm not Madison's family. Madison playing for England squad personally does zero for me inside. I don't like Southgate. I don't rate him. But look, Madison wants to play. I'm not going to be mad at Madison for wanting to play. If Son wants to play, I'm not going to be. How can I be mad at someone for doing what they want to do? I love these guys. I like I say about y'all, you're free to hit a like or not. You're here supporting the channel. That's just what it is. You get the choice. And these players have a choice. And if their choice is to hit a like or not hit a like or subscribe or not subscribe, like that's their choice. They let the grown man make their own decisions. That's just kind of where I fall on it. Ball being counter, punish him if he doesn't. Yeah, I think the punishment's a little OTT, a little over the top, if I may, because on what grounds are we punishing him? I just don't understand. Big up. Archibald says, Rich, apparently Klinsmann was asking if he wanted to be subbed on 60 Minutes. Yeah, that's what I've heard. That there was the offer to, hey, you can come off. And then he said, no, fuck that. And then he went to go score while he was hurt. So, again, it's him. It's Son. If we're going to be mad at anyone, be mad at Son. But how can you be mad at a man for wanting to do what he thinks is right for him and his country and his family? It's just strange to me. They're not robots. They are humans at the end of the day. Mud FC, blah, blah, blah. He played. Get over it. Mud also says, These players want to play. Yeah, man, that's my point. Like, you want to play, fine. I'd be more upset if it was because the reports that came out before the international break, before Son ever left, the reports all were coming out saying Jurgen Klinsmann says, I will not rotate. I will play Son. Like, that's what we were told. And so I reacted off that by being mad about that. But again, when the player comes out and says, I wanted to play, I did not want to X, Y, and Z. I wanted to do X, Y, and Z. That's all I can base myself on, really. And I just hope he had fun. I hope it was what he wanted. He got another cap. He got a goal and an assist. So I'm sure, you know, he's glad that he played. And I'm glad that he's glad. I want our players in the best mental, emotional, and physical state that they can possibly be in. And if we just worry about his physical state and not his emotional or his mental state, then we're really doing a disservice to our own player. So my point is, playing for the national team helps his mental, his emotional state. And so while we can be protective of his physical state, yes, we have to also nourish the other sides of him. He is a human. He must do things that fulfill him. That's my whole point. I just think it's better for him mentally, physically, or mentally and emotionally to play for Korea. It's better for him. So let's not be upset that he did that. Same thing for James Madison. As fans, Drula, it's okay to be like, hey, I'm glad he's not playing. That's how I felt. I share the sentiment, Drula. I was glad to see that Madison didn't start. He didn't even get a minute. That's great. Do not touch my James Madison. But that's just me being selfish Spurs fan. Now, the emotional, mental side for James Madison may be suffering a little bit because quite frankly, he didn't get to do what he wanted to do, which was play for his national team. That's a big deal for English people. I know that. There's also a little video I wanted y'all to see. This was, speaking of James Madison, this little video here. That's Vicario Udogi and, Ugodi and James Madison. After the match, England versus Italy. And like, as you can see, there's a big group of England people talking about Italy people, but our Spurs love each other so much that they were talking amongst themselves there after the game, hugging. James Madison's hugging and talking. I mean, we are a fucking family here. So I think Madison's okay based on this video. His physical demeanor looks like he's happy and excited. His arms around, you can see right here, his arms around the boys. Like, I fucking love the vibes, y'all. The vibes are getting immaculate. Look at them. Look at them again. There they are. So beautiful. So beautiful. But yeah, y'all. Look, Brian Hill is training. Allegedly, he's going to be back. We don't know. We shall see. He's a grown man, and he can decide from himself, for himself. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. Zapur, it's interesting because they're completely different. Madison didn't play because Southgate thinks he's not good enough. Good. But that's not good for James Madison. Again, but I'm not James Madison. I'm not Jacob Madison either. I'm Jacob, and I want my Spurs to be protected and be healthy and continue to do what we're doing for Tottenham Hotspur. Even if it was an American player, I would say the same thing. I don't care enough about it like that. Maybe that's my fault. I don't know. But him playing for England does nothing for me. Son playing for Korea does nothing for me. But if it does something for them, then in turn, I guess it kind of does do something for me. Because if they're happy, I'm happy. Happy wife, happy life, right? Ren, 6 a.m. here. I've got my coffee, and I'm here for the good vibes. Hey, good morning, Ren. Enjoy that coffee. Whether you do it with no creamer, some sugar, no sugar. However it is, I hope you are enjoying that Cup of Joe. I almost said cappuccino, but Cup of Joe. Good morning as well. Good luck with the rest of your day. I'm sure you got a whole fucking laundry list of things you got to do, but I hope it's not too much for you. Jayco says, Sonny didn't want to disappoint Korean fans in his home ground. I'm sure he feels the same for us Spurs fans. That's why he played with injury. I just don't want to see Son play with injury this season. That's what I hope for. Do what you got to do, Son. Just don't play with injured. Be 100%. I don't want him to play if he's not 100% or sniffing around. Because like with Arsenal, let's remember, with the Arsenal match, we could have won that. But as soon as we took Son and Madison off, there goes all our creativity. and we got the draw. But we have a fully healthy Son. Maybe he can give us that extra 15, 20 minutes at the end of the match on an Arsenal day that we need. That's my point of why I want him 100%, not 80%. Because we get 80%, we get 65, 70 minutes of Son, which is great. I love every minute of it, but I want all the minutes of Son because he's just so fucking good, and he's a difference maker. So I want him to be 100%. Now, again, for Fulham, we'll talk about it. We're going to have more shows in the week previewing Fulham, but I would just want to caveat it all with, if Son's not 100%, I don't want to start Son. Plain and simple. We need him for the rest of the season. We need him for the FA Cup run that I want to see. We need Heung-min Son. I don't want to see him play hurt at all. I don't want to see him play not 100%. That's just me. That's my personal take. Jim, I hate the friendly games with the qualifiers. We have to understand they want to play. And Sonny is passionate about Korea, and he's captain, so he wants to play no matter what. You cannot punish him. Big up, Jim. I agree with that. I agree with all that. I hate friendlies. I ain't even like the qualifiers personally. But here we are. Players have written it in their contracts that they are free to play for their country. I don't even think it has to be written. Or maybe it does, because there were instances in the past where clubs weren't allowing their player to go play for the international team. And to me, that's just mind-boggling, because now you're putting a player in a bad emotional, physical, mental state, that I just don't think is beneficial for anybody to do that. So if they want to play for their national teams, let them play for their national teams. Bald Bean Counter says, fair enough. I didn't know about the sub offer from Klinsmann. He should have come off if he could have. But yeah, I wouldn't punish him for it in a million years. Big up, Bald Bean Counter. No worries. You're sparking conversation, my friend. And you know what? I appreciate that. And I appreciate everybody in the chat. Let's see. Did we hit 100 likes? Oh, look at that. Good morning indeed to all the Australians out there who woke up and decided to hit the likes and get us over 100 likes. Thank you so much. I see 120 votes, 102 likes. Still about 20 of y'all that didn't want to hit a like on the video, but that's okay, because 102 people got me. 102 people got my back, and they came here and they smashed that like, so big up for that. Foxy says, Romero loves Barcelona. LOL, mostly because of Mascherano. It's his dream move. No, it's not. He wants to stay. He's fully coys. Don't lie to me. CUTI Romero. I have one more thing I want to talk about before we end the show. And it's about Vicario. Just about the beast that is Vicario. But Cristian Romero, do I need to pull this quote up again, sir? I'll do it one more time just for you, Foxy. I'm sorry if you're not a sir, but I said sir. Romero, he came off of the match. His right ankle had swollen too much. He goes on to say, CUTI Romero, decided to leave at halftime since we have an important game with Tottenham. He said, I'm leaving you, Argentina, because I need to be ready for Tottenham Hotspur's match. If that doesn't scream he loves Tottenham, if that doesn't scream he's fully coys, if that doesn't debunk all the false narratives around my man CUTI Romero, then I don't know what will. Yeah, shout out Sean. He said it was all PR fluff and not to get sucked in. But I'm here to tell you it's not PR fluff. The man doesn't PR fluff. CUTI Romero does not PR fluff. He is a lover. He is a kind man. He is a man in which you want to embrace. He will never lie and fluff PR shit down our throat. Look at Ainge giving him a sniff, a smooch and a sniff. And if we all trust Ainge here, right? If we trust Ainge and Ainge is kissing and smooching on him, Shirley, but don't call me Shirley, he would not succumb to PR fluff. But that's just me. He does not love Argentina more than Spurs. I will accept if you think he loves them equally, but I will never say he loves it more than, even though, hey, some people may say I'm wrong, but that is that, right? That's just what people think. It's okay. Let's see here. Hello? Did my stream just fuck? Did my stream just get all shitty? What's going on here? Hello? What's going on? Now my Wi-Fi's unstable? What are we doing here? Are we back? We back? Zapur says, yeah, you're good again. You froze a bit for me. Okay, so I'm good? I'm good. Okay, it went away now. Ooh, sorry about that. Yeah, I'll tell you what. When it does that and I get that fucking Wi-Fi signal in the corner and I see it and it really messes with me. It makes me feel feelings I don't want to feel. The not immaculate vibes. But big up. Appreciate y'all hanging there, hanging tight with me while my fucking internet decided to be bad. And wow, the chat has been booming. Drula says, I wouldn't have a problem if our squad players were good enough to compensate if our players get injured on national. Hey, good point. That is true. Spurs' son is a football ninja, says Spurs squad. Archibald, I want Son to be okay and play his best for us. If he can't, imagine Valise or Donley get us a win. Got to start somewhere. Why not Fulham? Why not Fulham? I mean, we did start some unsavory characters versus Fulham, and we did technically lose it on pins. We technically haven't lost 90 a game of 90 minutes. We ain't lost. We did lose on pins. I think if we went to extra time, I think you might see I think we'd still be in the Carabao Cup personally. But I'm all for Valise. That is a big motherfucker. He's huge. I love Valise. You know I like me a girthy striker. Young man's got the girth. Let him play. Especially if Son's not 100%. That's just for me. Big up, JJ. Big up. Son will just get protected regardless of whatever he does. This might be a fairer conversation if it was a different player. No, I mean, I think, Rich, I'm trying to keep my energy the same for Son, no matter how wet he makes me. I try to keep my energy the same for Madison, for all the players that I love and have a soft spot for, or a hard spot, wherever we want to look at it. But I just think, for me, at the end of the day, I always say, regardless of what I want, they are individuals, they are players and humans who have desires and wants just like me. But those are not always going to coincide with the way that I feel. His wants and desires not always going to coincide with my wants and desires for him. But my point being is, let him do it. Let him make the decision. Look, last year, let's just chalk it up as last year. But I would hope, since he came out and admitted that, somebody in that building at Tottenham Hotspur, Tottenham Way, whatever the fucking street's called, I hope someone in that building has said, look, I know you played hurt last year. Let's make sure we avoid that. And if you're not feeling 100%, let's fucking diagnose it and let's work on it and let's fix it. That's my hope. That is my hope. Did you see the Vicario and Kane chat lip readers made out? Kane said, I will come back. And he actually did say that. I saw that. I didn't think that's what he said. I think that's some hopeful thinking. I did see the video though, Drula. I just don't think that's what he said. He probably could have said, yeah, I'll come back and say hi in the locker room, or yeah, I'll come back to the training ground and give everyone a hug before I leave. I don't know. DJ Classic Tunes. Hey, Jacob, just a quickie. Do you think we can play well against Chelsea game soon? Absolutely. Look, I want Chelsea to go out and dismantle Arsenal. They play each other this weekend, and I want Chelsea to put the work on them. But that would be a double-edged sword, because then that means Chelsea now are riding high. They've also competed with the quote-unquote league challengers. But anything to say fuck Arsenal, I'm all about it. I still think Pochettino's a fraud. I think Arteta's a fraud, and I think they'll both get found out by Ange Postecoglou in due time. It's just one of those, we'll see you when we see you. Now, as far as how we are going to do, I think I'm really concerned with the Basuma factor. Like I said at the beginning of the show, DJ Classic Tunes, Basuma, he will miss Fulham. But if he come back for Palace, and if he picks up a yellow there, then he misses Chelsea. If he misses Chelsea, I'm feeling different about how things go. So we have a little bit of time before the Chelsea game, but of course I think we can play well for sure. Steady as Shark. Hello, Steady as Shark says he didn't need to play more than a half of the match, let alone around 90. That is true. He didn't need to, but he wanted to. And who are we to stifle our kids' dreams? Would be interesting to see what the poll results would be if it was Son and not Romero. Well, the poll's question was specifically on how does he feel about Spurs. In regards to because there was the thing going around that he loves Argentina more than he loves Spurs. Look at how he acted around the World Cup, the injuries. They said he had phantom injuries. To me, I never believed any of it. I love CUTI. Big up Ravi. Beak Harry says, what do you think will be the best way to keep Son fresh? Put him on ice. Give him massages. That's what I say. Love on him. Smooches. Wrap him up in bubble wrap. And make him sleep at the training ground. That's the best way you can protect him. Well, that's absolutely absurd. So what I will say is, best way to keep him fresh is just make sure don't play him if he ain't 100%. That's mine. But big up Sonny Wife says, I've been a fan of Tottenham for 8 years, and out of all current Tottenham players, I like Sonny the most. What's the problem? No problem here. Sonny Wife, personally, Sonny's my favorite as well. Sonny's absolutely my favorite as well. He's not the reason I'm a fan of the club, but he's my favorite player here, and it's been that way for several years now. I just fucking love him so much. So, but big up, Sonny Wife. Hey, you're allowed to be a fan of however long you've been a fan. There's people who are now fans of Spurs because of Ange Postecoglou. I would never say that there's a problem with any of it. You've been a fan for 8 years, 18 years, 80 years. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. We all love the same thing. We all want to see the same thing, and that's Heung-min Dad lifting up a trophy, right? We all want the same thing here. Let's see. Y'all are having some conversations there. Rich says, Romero loves Spurs and he also loves Argentina, but when Real Madrid buy Romero, he will love Real Madrid. Why you gotta say that, man? You putting it out in existence. I've been whispering under my breath about the fact of Van, and now they might even steal Romero, is what you're telling me. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm getting the Wi-Fi signal again. What's going on? Hopefully I'm not frozen. People are leaving. Fans just lose all rational thinking when it comes to Son. Well, some. I think I'm pretty rational. I am pretty biased when it comes to Son for sure. But I think I'm pretty rational. As I try to be rational. I try to be as logical as I can, but again, I'm an emotional person. I love things. I love Son, and even last year people said it's only because you love Son that you think he's not done. It's only because you love Son that you think he hasn't lost a step of pace. But when I show evidence this season why he has not lost a step of pace and why people look, I'll always back my players, the ones that give me reasons to back them. I will always die on the hill of defending my players rather than throwing them under the bus. Now, if you're an Eric Dyer, you deserve to be thrown under the bus. But if you're a Son who's shown nothing but professionalism at every facet, at every turn, at every fucking thing that happens, he has always been there for us. Kane didn't want to show up for fucking Man City game first week under Nuno. Who got us the dub? Heung-min Son. Harry Kane's injured. Who steps up as our new talisman? Heung-min Son. This guy's always here for us. In the summer, Saudi comes in for him. What does he say? Fuck off. I'm fully coys. I don't think I lose rational thinking when it comes to Son. I know you're not talking about me specifically, Rich, but like, I just think that like we got to remember who fucking holds us down when everyone turned their back on us, and it's Heung-min Son. Plain and simple. That's why I'll defend him. That's why I always defend our players. The ones that show me why. Like, even Lucas Moore, I thought he was shit, but I wasn't going to throw him under the bus. I was going to say, yeah, we need to move on. We should have moved on. He's been living off of one moment of glory for a long, long time. But I would never just, like, purposely shit on him because he's not good enough. Like, he bled Tottenham Hotspur through and through, just like me. And if you're just like me and you bleed Tottenham Hotspur, like we do in this chat, people who are here every single day supporting a Tottenham Hotspur fan channel, those like that, I mean, look, I'm not going to badmouth a fan whether you disagree with me because you're here and you love Tottenham just like I do, right? So I would say the same thing about a player. What that Romero comment means is, quote, we were winning 2-0 and is very bad Peru team, so I can come off at halftime annoyed. Foxy, I see what you're doing. You're doing the Sean Butler. You're trying to spin it so it's not what I'm spinning it. I'm trying to spin it this way, and you want to spin it that way, and you know what? It's all good. Spin it however you want. It's a fun conversation either way. Big up. I froze, but I'm back. I appreciate y'all. Kate says it was a simple and innocent question. What was the question? DJ Classic Tune says Matrix. Hey, don't get lost in it. I guess y'all are all having a conversation about each other. I don't know. I'm trying to not get caught up in the sauce because y'all are, when y'all at each other, I try to just let y'all have your conversation. And And that a lot of these comments are that y'all adding each other. Let's see here. People need to chill. It's just asking a question. What's going on? Are y'all upset with you? Hey, keep it all love in the chat. That's all I want to say. Keep it respectful in the chat. Let's show some love. Sunny Wife says I'm in a very bad mood today. Don't be in a bad mood. Sorry, there seems to be some kind of dispute between y'all. But if I could, I will grab whoever's upset on this side and whoever's upset on this side. I'll group hug y'all together. And a hug goes a long way. But big up. Picture froze. Sound was fine. Big up Barry Shuttleworth. We are all Spurs fans here and love our club. Big up to all Spurs fans. Absolutely. Absolutely. Big up. Why are y'all arguing in the chat? Damn, we ain't even had a game. Load of crap, Zapor. What's going on? What's going on here? Y'all need to smooch. Y'all need to start smooching and make up. Ball bean counter. How much do we think Romero is worth in the current transfer market? How much is he worth, or how much would Daniel Levy sell him for? Is a better question, I would say. For me, I ain't selling him for less than 90. Is that too much? We got him for 50. I think he's worth more than that. He's a World Cup winner since we signed him. 80 to 90 mil is what I would say his value's at. Now, Levy would probably accept 100. Probably. Rich, you're not irrational, Jacob. I was just saying some fan. You're right. There's extremes on all ends, right? I am a little bit more on the like, I'll toss logic out the window when it comes to someone I love kind of thing. But it's always good. I like balance. I really like balance. And I think having people who disagree with people and agree, it's all good. So again, let's just keep it football. It's all good in the hood. Luton Dan says, big up Jacob. Hope you're okay. Spoke to my dad earlier on the phone. He says England done well and Italy were rubbish apart from that left back Udogi something. I said, Dad, that's Udogi. My dad says amazing. Yep, Luton Dan, your dad can spot talent. Your dad knows ball. Udogi did look good. He did have a shot on target as well. He helped in the build-up play to that first goal that Skamaka scored as well. I liked what I saw. He did. It was unfortunate, I think, to pick up that yellow quite early on, and that's why I think he was the first one to be subbed. Look, the game was overall pretty boring, but there were moments of fun, and you know what? I'm just glad everyone's getting to come back home healthy and safe. Sonny's one of our own, says JJ. Big up. He is one of our own. Daniel E says, I've literally just come back to the chat and see people overreact about a simple question. No one is questioning who someone supports. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's something going on in the chat. I don't have time to read and personally don't. The vibes are too immaculate. Rich says, yeah, Son is massive for us. That's why I don't want him to risk an injury. Fair. That's why I was perfectly fine not sending him on Korea duty. But again, I can see why a Korean fan and why him as a Korean want to play for his club or for his national team. Perfectly fine. Big up Daniel Sandoval says, Yidame. Big up. Spurs Squad says, Son was injured last season and still played through the pain and still better than most. He did have, 10 Premier League goals? So that's pretty good. That's absolutely pretty good. Tom Martin says, eating popcorn, reading the comments. I don't know what's going on with the chat today. Took a left turn. I think we need some Ainge ball in our life. Kate says, toxic chat. Jacob, see you later, mate. Big up. Sorry it was toxic. Don't know what was going on. A lot of back and forth there. Ronnie, we are all Spurs. Come on, hey, come on, Ronnie, get in. We are all Spurs. Immaculate vibes in the chat, guys. Drula, absolutely. You know the vibes. You're always here showing the vibes. Keeping the vibes immaculate. Big up, Drula. Yeah, guys, come on. Let's just hug, kiss, and make up. It's all good. JJ says 95 mil. That's about right. I'm good with that. Foxy pretty much already qualified for the World Cup. LOL, 4 wins out of 4. Top 6 qualify for the World Cup in 2026. Easy for them. Brazil, however, Brazil did take an L versus Uruguay last night. But they're still going to qualify. If you look at the folks in and about that they have to compete with, Brazil and Argentina are pretty much a shoe-in to be qualified either way. Enigma 6 says we should sell Lo Celso for 20 mil and get a new creative midfield. You think we can get 20 mil for him? I'll bite your hand off. I'll absolutely bite your hand off. Let's do it. Gyros Penis says, question, are you willing to give Lo Celso another chance or ready to sell? I'm done with Lo Celso. I think he is part of the reason why people doubted CUTI Romero's dedication to the club, because we all saw, oh, this Argentinian Lo Celso is never healthy for us, but now he's always healthy for Argentina. And so that gave a preconceived notion, I think, to Spurs fans, like, oh, when we have an Argentina player, they care more about their national club than they do about their club. So I know that's not technically the word, but I think y'all get my point. That Lo Celso has added to the stereotype, I guess, that Argentinians care more about their national team than their club. And I've been saying that there's no proof that Romero feels that way. And today's quotes that came out solidify that fact. He wanted to leave at halftime to be ready for Tottenham Hotspur. He didn't say I wanted to leave at halftime because we were good and I knew Argentina was good and that Argentina was going to win because I love Argentina. So then I could, to me, I just think Lo Celso, he doesn't love Spurs. He wants to play in the sunshine. He wants to play when the weather's great. Doesn't want to play on a cold, rainy night at Stoke away on a Wednesday, right? Ain't that what the saying? I don't think Lo Celso's that guy. Now, CUTI Romero, doesn't matter if it's fucking frozen ground, raining. He's going to put in a shift for Tottenham because he loves us. Lo Celso has never, ever. I barely remember him beating a first man on a corner. Giovanni Lo Celso. Inacoma says, need to move Kulu next to Madison and Johnson on the right for Fulham. I hope he's okay. Doesn't seem okay. Start the Vicario chat, Jacob, quick, says Tom Martin. I will do that right now. There's still about 100 of y'all chilling with me today. Big up to every single one of y'all. We're about to hit 2 hours on a solo stream, but I do have to end off very soon because my wife does got to go to work. But before I do that, let's open up this conversation of Vicario. I know people don't like stats, but I got some stats for y'all, and I just thought it was quite impressive, and maybe it will impress you too. So if you look here, save percentage, Vicario is number 1 in the league. Yeah, in the league. Save percentage. He has 28 saves. There's a few with more, but his save percentage compared to goal, come on, talk to me nicely. Guglielmo Vicario, you are that guy. DJ Classic Tune. Jacob, just want to say the channel has me hooked, dude. Keep it up. For the rest of everyone, please like the channel and subscribe, guys. Also, my score prediction this week, Spurs 2, Fulham 0. Big up DJ Classic Tunes. Hey, I'm glad you're hooked. I'm hooked on doing these things, and the more y'all hear, the more fun the party can be. So I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for the kind words as well. It means a lot. Let's see. Oh, caught up on the chat. Here we go. I think Bellingham will be the best English midfielder ever, possibly world. I was laughed at when I said he'd be better than Gerrard and Scholes. Time will tell. Time will absolutely tell. But before I sign off, I do want to know what y'all think about Lo Celso thing, and then what y'all think about Vicario with the number 1 save percentage in the league. Talk to me nicely. And he's got, look, ain't missed a beat. Ain't missed a beat. Goals allowed, 8. Talk to me. Talk to me nicely, Vicario. That's just nice. Yeah, my wife just texted me, said I got to get ready soon. Yeah, I got to sign it off, y'all. But we are going to go over 2 hours, no doubt, because it's in less than 50 seconds from now. But let's catch up on the chat and let's see what y'all saying before I say goodbye on episode number 75 of the Untitled Series. Foxy, Brazil drew at home to Venezuela as well. Yeah. Oh, they did? I thought they lost. Brazil and Richarlison had a bad game. Richarlison didn't even start. I saw it was Gabriel Jesus, but then he came on for an injured Neymar. I saw that, Richarlison. Unai Emery will buy Lo Celso for 15 to 20 mil. Good. Get him. Go. Have fun. Enjoy it. And play some European football, and let's see how you do on a cold, rainy night. Let's see. Brazil has been a complete mess. I wouldn't even blame Richie for looking bad. They got some really great players, though. Come on now. Lo Celso will end up on loan at Boca or River. Don't think many teams in Europe have 20+ mil to spend on him and his wages. You might be right, but we can still test him. I think you could get something for him. Someone in Europe will spend something for him. Surely, but don't call me Shirley. That's got to be the case. I left 3 other channels to join here, says Enigma. Amazing chat. Hey, big up. You don't got to leave, everybody, but big up. I appreciate you showing the love. Who's alive that you left? Apologies to them, but you know what I always say? People are going to watch what they want to watch, so just let the people do what they want to do. Don't try and force nobody into nothing, but hey, I only go live when I can go live. I never try to, conflict with anybody. That's never my intention. But you know what? I appreciate you coming here, showing the love. Whether you're here for a long time, short time, I just hope it's a good time and that you enjoy it, because honestly, I enjoy it very much. So, big up, Enigma. Appreciate you coming over here, showing some love. Ball Bean Counter says, Jacob, do you finally renounce Adama Traore? Hell no. Not only no, but hell no. Lo Celso needs to be sold, absolutely. JC says, quality of saves. Is every back pass considered a save? Big up, Jacob. Have a nice evening. Big up, JC. Again, good luck this weekend against the Arse. But quality saves absolutely could be in here. But a save is a save no matter what, because if he didn't do that, it would have been a goal. So I don't think a back pass is considered a save. But you could absolutely question. There have been some easy saves that Vicario has gotten on top of. But overall, I think anytime there's a statistic that says Tottenham Hotspur player is the best, I gotta read it. Agendas will agenda, as my man Hussam likes to say. Tom Martin says, thing I appreciate a lot about your channel, Jacob, is you give time to all your commenters. A lot of other YouTubers could learn a lot from you. Look, it gets difficult when there's over 100 of y'all chatting. It becomes real difficult. That's why I say, like, hey, if you put a Q and a dash, I'll always try to get to those. I'll treat them as like a free super chat type thing. Hey, I've chatted in streams, and I like it more when the guy running the stream knows that I'm chatting with you. So I just try to make it feel like we're all hanging out, because that's what it is to me. Like, we're all one big family just hanging out, you know. That's why I like to keep it, you know. I'm not bigger or better than anyone. I'm just a dude in Texas who fucking loves Tottenham Hotspur with maybe a little bit too much of an obsession. Who then took that obsession and put it into YouTube, so I stopped berating my family with it. That's all it is. So we're all I appreciate I appreciate the love that y'all are sharing. Also, his attitude and passion when he saves shot is great to see. My wife has just texted me, says that she's got to go. I got to go. That means we all got to go, but I do appreciate everybody. Vicario is the truth. Vicario is the one. Trust in Vicario. Never doubt Romero and his love for Tottenham Hotspur. That is my final thought of the day. And again, thank you. There's been 4 new subscribers to the show today alone. So big up to the 4 of y'all. Keep liking and subscribing. Keep hitting. I'm going to end the poll. Let's see who wins before I end this off. 132 votes, 113 likes, still about 20 of y'all. What the hell y'all 20 doing over there? You ain't want to like the video, but that's okay. Number 1 is CUTI Romero loves us so much he debunks all the lies. Come on, you Spurs. And then 29% says he loves both equally. So I guess Spurs love wins. Spurs love wins. So that's nice. He loves Argentina more. It's a fact. Gets 3rd place, tied with CUTI is an enigma and deserves to be loved. But that's going to do it, y'all. I do appreciate every single one of you coming through, hitting that likes. Big up Dry Rose Peanut. Says, Jacob, you're the best at a solo stream, no doubt. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Your compliments do not go unheard. And again, if you're watching back on playback and you're 2 hours deep, big up yourself right now. You're a GOAT and you're helping support the channel, and that means a lot to me. I also want to say big up and thank you to Tom Martin grabbing that membership. He's in the lover's lane. Welcome to the family, my friend. I hope you enjoy your time. I will be looking to do, we're getting a lot of members now. A lot of people have been gifting memberships as well. So I want to give members a chance to come on and chat. I'm thinking about doing one-on-one fan shows where we'll talk for like 5-7 minutes or something, depending how many people are in there. And we'll do like a membership call-in type stream. That'll be a lot of fun. So Tom Martin, welcome to the family. You can now be privy to that. And as well, thank you Elvis G for the Lone Solo Dolo super chat. He's double dipping, and I ain't talking queso or salsa. He's a member, and he sent a super chat. That's double above the Call of Booty. As y'all know, the Call of Booty here on United Spurs of America. Just hit that like, hit that subscribe, and a notification bell because the schedules have been fluctuating. But I will be back tomorrow in some shape or form, hopefully, at some point. Don't know when. The rest of this week's looking sketchy, but we will be here in some form or fashion at some time, so you can find us there. But big up Spursy, Cloud Clicks as well, chiming in late, but lateness is greatness. Big up Jacob, another immaculate stream. Big up to all the chatters and quiz. Big up Derek Smith with the 5-star review. I appreciate that. So without further ado, let me say goodbye and just say thank you one last time to every single one of you who did like the video. 115 likes. Y'all have blessed me today. You've made me feel absolutely blessed. I appreciate that. We had over 100 tuning into the stream. That's big stuff. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I hope today is better than yesterday, and I hope tomorrow is better than today. I want to leave you with that thought. But until next time, folks, we'll see you tomorrow. Stay fresh, stay blessed, up the lads, and come on, you Spurs. Quiz.
United Spurs of America with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.